You know, it really sucks to say, but do not regret cutting people off. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Delilah if you're new here, and today's going to be a different kind of video. So I will never make a video as real as this video will be. This is coming straight from the heart. I may end up crying, I may end up laughing, or I don't know, it might get pretty emotional, but I have a lot to say and I would really appreciate it. I don't care if you subscribe or comment or like, but that would be really appreciated. But what I'm talking about is I would really appreciate it if you would stay the entire video. I will try not to make it a super long video, but this really needs to be heard. And if you've ever known me, or if you've ever liked me, or if you've ever liked what I had to say, then please stay tuned for the whole video. This is really important. So I'm not really sure what I'm going to name this video yet. I don't know. I thought about it. I've been thinking about it this whole time. I would just like to make a PSA. No matter how I'm presenting myself, I have a lot on my mind, and just work with me. This is purely from the heart. It's 100% honest. I would never, ever lie to you guys, and I would never, ever make it a serious thing of something that isn't that serious and isn't true. I'm actually really anxious right now. I don't know if you guys can tell. Bliss is kind of making like background noises right now, so I apologize if there's any background noises. Many of you that have me on social media, such as Facebook or Instagram or Snapchat, I have already publicly announced this, or I guess shared it, but I have told you guys that my mom has recently passed. This is really hard for multiple reasons. Obviously, automatically, when you hear that a 22-year-old's mom just passed, like it's you know, there's a lot of emotions there, and I would like to clarify that no matter how you feel about family or anything like that, I would never banish anybody else's opinions. Please don't banish mine. Please don't hate in the comments. I really don't care for it. I don't need it. I might react really badly, and we don't need that at all. It's all pure love and pure truth right here. A few days ago, on I believe June 16th, honestly, all the dates are just like merging together at this point, but it was early this week, I received an email from one of my mom's friends that it's urgent. Your mom was found dead last afternoon. Please come to the funeral. And if you guys don't know, I live in Arizona and my mom is back in New York. I recently moved to Arizona with my boyfriend Marcus. I used to be a foster care child. I got into foster care at age 13 because of my mom's drinking. It was getting too toxic and too abusive to the point where one day I just said I had enough, around 13 years old, right before I started high school. And I picked up the phone and I called the cops and I told them my mom has been up all night chasing me with the knife. I don't know what to do. I'm really scared. And I was keeping my bed against the door at that point. I was terrified. Okay, tears. Okay, I guess we're starting with tears. I was terrified. I really wouldn't wish that on anybody. It was summer. It was a time to relax, a time to get a break, especially before you start high school. But my mom's drinking has gotten so bad at that point that she was getting abusive, and I was truly afraid for my life. There's been a couple of instances as to why, and many people just don't know this. It's just always behind closed doors, and I'm in no way trying to play a victim here. I'm in no way trying to say my life was worse than yours, because I know people have had it worse, but it's never a competition. Everything sucks, and these are some just bad experiences that made me who I am, and these are some experiences that make me have certain beliefs that may be different from a lot of people's beliefs. So I got into foster care, and I've been in foster care since I am 22 now. I actually signed myself out of foster care right before I aged out, right before my 21st birthday. And because I decided I'm tired of it, I'm tired of everything, I'm tired of everybody, I'm just gonna get up and move. I have the funds, I've saved up, I'm capable of doing this shit. My boyfriend Marcus decided, okay, I guess that's my little storyline. Going back to earlier this week, my initial reaction when I saw the email was, this is a joke. Not because I was immediately in denial, but because my sister recently lost her mom earlier this year, right before she came to see me for my birthday. And it was about 3 months ago, and it was a shock to everybody. Her mom was 39. I couldn't believe it because my sister isn't my biological sister. We were in foster care together. We had similar lives, and our moms just basically flat out died out of nowhere. My mom was 45. Her mom was 39. They died They both drank, but I'm not gonna be here exposing my sister's life. That's entirely up to her. I'm not gonna expose any names or anything, but I've made it somewhat public already, and it's gotten to a point where it's already publicized. Her mom died unexpectedly, and then my mom died unexpectedly. And that's why when I saw that email, I immediately couldn't believe it. I'm like, that's a joke. It's impossible that our moms died within 3 months of each other. That's impossible. That's literally not possible, especially because we're so alike in every other way. The universe couldn't have played us so bad that they put us both through such difficult, like losing your mom, you know what I mean? And my sister's a year younger than me, so it's like worse. So that's definitely something that's berserk, right? So going past that, the crazy part hasn't even started yet. Going past that, once I finally realized that it's true, I didn't know what to do. So I'm going to explain to you guys why. Immediately, in my head, I started counting the months that I haven't spoken to my mom. And I recently have cut her off. She visited me a year ago, actually this month, the same weeks that she died. Basically, literally 365 days before she wound up dead. She was with me in Arizona. She visited me for 14 days, and it was a nightmare. It was literally the worst. It was embarrassing for my friends, to my boyfriend. I was disgusted by the way that my mom behaved. She was the same woman, no respect, drinking, just embarrassing me. She almost got the cops called on us. Like, she was just a nightmare. And I don't know if it sounds insane coming out of me, but the realist in me is never going to let me forget the past, you know? Like, I know what I've been through. So during that year, it was kind of over and over and over, I had confirmation that my mom was not good for me. I know we can't pick and choose our moms. I know she's the reason behind a lot of things. But at the same time, I also know that moms, their jobs are to take care of us. It was their choice, and if it wasn't, I feel like a mom that doesn't want to take care of you wouldn't have to lie to you and act like she loves you. You know, we know our moms love us. It's just sometimes addictions happen, and it's just, you know, life happens. You know, I'm not against any of that shit. Like, I'm not in denial of it. I know a lot. I like to study psychology because of it. There's a lot behind a lot. During that little bit of time that she was here, it was so bad that I finally decided, you know, it's time to kind of ease back out. She's been promising me for years and years and years that she'll get better, that she will stop drinking. She never has. She never kept any of her promises. I ended up in foster care. She almost killed me. Like, there were so many things. I can literally tell you guys a billion story times and a billion reasons as to why I distanced myself. But I would never have to explain myself to you, and that's a real, no matter who it is. You will never have to explain your choices to anybody else. Behind those millions reasons, I cut her off. I couldn't do it anymore. I couldn't bear the toxic, and you guys would not believe it how much better everything got. And I feel so shitty saying it, but it did. It's exactly what I needed. My mental health was so low, and all my mom was ever doing is just calling me still across the country, just harassing me and making me feel like utter shit about everything. And I couldn't grow. I couldn't expand my mental capacity. My anxiety was through the roof. I couldn't deal with it anymore. So when I decided that I'm gonna do me and stop caring about what everybody else thinks and everybody else is setting me up to be, which is not who I am, I decided that I'm no longer going to talk to a lot of people. I'm not going to talk to any family. I'm not going to talk to anybody who's ever made me feel like I was not enough. Anybody like that. Once in a while, at least in their life, I feel like everybody needs to step back, look in reality, and see which people they need to push back. Because I am a firm believer with that, no matter if it's family, it could be your sister, brother, mother, your daughter. I mean, I don't know. If they're killing you inside, then it's time to let go. There's nothing that's going to get better from there. It's just a repetitive cycle. And honestly, with addictions, it's either you want to surpass it or you don't. If you don't want to surpass it, if you don't want to get through it, if you don't have the desire and you don't have the hope, then you're never going to get better. And at that point, I never had hope. I was kind of like, my mom is everlasting. She's been through so much, and, you know, she'll be fine without me for a little bit. I didn't wish her a happy birthday. I didn't call her for my birthday. I didn't talk to anybody. I haven't spoken to anybody. I have actually changed my number, which my mom was aware of. She knew that I was going to change my number, and it wasn't because of her that I changed it. But after I changed it, I just stopped contacting her, because during those couple of days, she's just proven to me that she just did not care for me, had no respect for me, and I'm also a firm believer that no matter the age, no matter who it is, people have to have respect for you. They expect the respect back. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to sit here, be rude to me if you're, no matter who you are, and then expect the respect. Like, it's not going to happen. I just feel like that's ridiculous. It's another way to kill yourself inside. I cut her off, and a really big reason as to why I decided to make this video, because I've been seeing a lot of my people, the people I know, keeping themselves in really horrible family circumstances. And you cannot choose where you're born into, but you can choose how you're gonna end your life. And if your family is killing you, then you need to leave. You need to distance yourself and take a step back and see whether or not those are the people that really mean well, or if they're just one of, you're just in a family of assholes, which is very common these days. A lot of our families are assholes. So I have been preaching for so long that cutting off anybody who does you wrong, anybody who doesn't see your worth, who doesn't support you and uplift you, is right, no matter if it's family or not. And so when my mom died, I kind of felt embarrassed in a way. I was like, I'm always preaching it, and now my mom died. Everybody's worst feared, which is why everybody's like, don't do this, it could be their last day tomorrow. And honestly, guys, I lived it firsthand, and nothing has changed. My mom dying hasn't made me feel guilty about cutting her off. I needed that time, otherwise I don't know in what kind of mental capacity I would be in. I know that my mom would have died because of the decision making that she has made throughout her whole life. My mom's health was deteriorating in front of everybody. It was bound to happen, but she has never complained enough to where she would die. And it really sucks to say, but do not regret cutting people off. If you were in the same mental state as you were before you took your break from that person, then you probably wouldn't have handled it as well. For me, I can honestly truly say, if I would not have cut my mom off and I have kept in contact for her for that 4 months, then I would not be sitting here right now making this video so calmly, and I wouldn't even be out of my bed, honestly. I feel like I wouldn't be able to handle it. I promise you guys, I wouldn't be able to handle it. The amount of toxic that she has brought into my life with the other people that I have cut off was just unbearable at that point. And you guys know me, I'm the happy, always energetic, or I'm lazy, but I seem energetic. I spread positivity, I spread mindfulness, I spread balancing yourself, because it's your life. Nobody can ruin it. Nobody can take away your passions and what you believe in and who you are. And I know that I'm good. I know that I mean well. So when I had to sit back and I'm like, I really do not deserve any of this shit, and I took my break, I deserved it. And I would not have prevented my mom's death. And neither would you have prevented anybody else's death if that's what's happening right now. If it happens, please do not blame yourself. It's not your fault. It was going to happen. I think of this as, if you're a believer in karma has different ways of getting people. And that person made you miserable, karma is going to get them. They're probably not going to die from it. That's very rare, which is why I'm so surprised, Our moms were so young. But karma, the people that did you dirty, if they die and you have cut them off and they died during that time, it really does not excuse their whole past and who they are. And it doesn't erase them what they did. So if you are a believer in karma, then it really wouldn't make sense for you to even feel guilty, because that person had it coming. It's just, you're not in control of how it is, and it might get us. It might be the closest person to us. Maybe it's punishing us a little, but you get it, you understand it, and you grow it from it, and you just get stronger from there. I think I'm going to stop this video here. Hey guys, editing Delilah here. Yeah, I stopped there. I literally stopped the video basically there. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for understanding. It's now been a couple of weeks since I filmed this video. It's been a while since I finally got to edit it, but there's definitely a story time coming with this. I was thinking about putting them together, but now I won't. I mean, there's so many more things happening right now that I'm just not gonna bombard you guys with just negativity. So this is my piece on my mom's death after I cut her off, or while I cut her off. I hope you have your own peace, or that we don't have that kind of peace, but I hope that you have peace in general about anything that's been happening at all. My prayers and just hopes, high hopes, happy hopes are with you. I hope yours are with me, and we're gonna make it, guys. We're gonna make it.